Jean.
And Carl. And this is... Freeze Time! Oh my god.
So we decided to go back to our YouTube. I know it's been a while, but we just were like, you know what? Let's make our own videos. We don't want rules. We just want to... We have funny stories.
Yeah, we want to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So whether it's advice videos, funny stories, tags, everything.
Yeah. So today we're just going to jump right into it, and we're going to start off with a story time that leads into some advice. And it's about me. Before we begin, if someone I know watches this,
and knows
okay.
who we're talking about, knows what we're talking about.
That's okay. Share the world. This is what I want.
No disrespect to any of those people. This is just our side of the story.
Yes, there are two sides to every story, as Easy A would say. I was in my first, serious relationship, and it was a year long, and it was his longest too. He had a first love before, though, and it was just, it was harder for me because I've never experienced going through a heartbreak, so it was, whenever he would, talk about her, he would be still sad. I'm like, that's so weird. Why is he still sad about something that happened? I'm like, I just didn't get it. So, long story short, we broke up. Well, he broke up with me. I was
be clear.
heartbroken. I had to stay at her house for a week straight. School week.
School week.
So yeah, I went through the cliche I didn't eat for days thing, and I realized
I gained her breakup weight for her. Okay.
But yeah, and so it's just, I went through the phases, the 5 stages of grief, and the anger phase was the most frustrating one, and
the most fun for me.
Yeah, it's just that one was the longest for me. It lasted months, and it's just everything that I would see him, it would trigger me, and I took it out in the wrong way. So May, when I was like, you know what, he lied to me, I don't need that, and I didn't need that in my life. I realized I wasn't happy in the relationship. She saw it the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's more of, a lot of people don't like this phrase, but love is blind. I honestly did more to make him happy than I realized I wasn't happy. Yeah. Just so focused on doing everything for him, and I was being someone I wasn't. I was supporting him in things I didn't want to support him. I realized that's not love. So...
Okay, so this is advice number 1 from being the best friend and, looking in. You cannot tell your best friend that they're unhappy. They have to find out on their own. And as many times as I just wanted to, hold her by the shoulders and shake her, you're not happy, get out of this, I couldn't. The best thing you can do is just be there for them, because if you say, I think you should break up with him, or you're not happy, they're gonna just be like, oh, you're just jealous, or they're just gonna come up with a crazy reason, because like she said, love is blind, and no matter how smart you think you are, and how, you think you're in tune with everything, sometimes you're not. That's just tip number 1 for being a best friend. You just cannot tell them that they're unhappy or that they should get out, because it will backfire.
Yeah. And even, I would remember, every weekend, I would go to her house crying because I did something I wasn't supposed to do in the relationship, aka fall asleep during a movie.
Whoa! Okay, that was strike 1.
We don't have to get into that. Okay. I'm not going to be a bitter person. I want to be a bigger person, and that's what I've been doing for this...
Since, the breakup.
Wait, yeah, 5 months?
Maybe it was March.
And Easter Sunday. Okay. Okay.
So, I have advice, how to get over a breakup and how to be there for the person going through a breakup.
She did everything right. Oh my god. It was... it was a Sunday, and it was the day before we had all these half days where we'd get out at school at 10:30, all this free time, and then the week after that was spring break, and I was like, oh my god, this is the worst timing ever, I'm gonna have so much time with my thoughts and cry to sleep every night. What happened was, I ended up staying at her house for a week, and what we did in that time was, we would get freezes, we would go to Dutch Bros, we would sit in the sun because it happened to be sunny, thank God. House sitting, in Shelton, so...
Yeah, so at first, when the breakup happened, I could tell that she wanted to get back together with him, she still was in love with him, and she didn't know everything at that point about what happened and the things that were gonna happen afterward. So I couldn't say, oh, F him, I hate him, and you can't really, as much as I really wanted to, because I saw how unhappy she was in, like, the months following, like, the months before.
Prior? Yeah.
Prior. That's the word. Okay. For the first week, I let her pout and just, like, be sad because, like, obviously, it was 1 year long. It's her first love. You have to let them get that time, but at a certain extent, it just gets to be too much. And you're like, look, get your ass up off the couch. We're going to have fun. We're going to do stuff. It was like prom was coming up in like a month or two, and you have to find dresses and all this stuff. And I kept her busy and got her mind off of it. Let her talk about it whenever she wanted, but as soon as I saw she was getting back into those stages, I was like, nope, we're done.
Yeah. Like, one of those examples was I was really sad because it was his birthday, and this was not even a week after it happened, and I was crying that day because I was so upset. But then we ended up going out, and I found my prom dress, and she said it was the first time I smiled all week, and we sent that picture to my mom of my dress, and my mom even said the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, that's the first time I've seen her smile! Like, and so I was like, obviously this is the right dress, and we'll put a picture up. But yeah, and so it was finally like, I was like, oh yay, I'm happy again. But then that's when you hit the anger stage. I don't know if I should get into it.
Well, no, that same day, we had such a good day. We finally got our mind off of it, and then trying to be a good person, everything changed. Like, everything changed. Like, it was no longer, oh my god, I want him back. Like, what did I do wrong? It was like, what did I do?
Because the reason why he broke up with me was because he needed more time to focus on himself, which I get. When I decided after we got at my prom dress, I was like, you know what, I had a birthday present for him, and I was like, you know what, let's just go to his house, drop it off on the porch. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, it's just in the back of my mind. And so I thought I was being a decent person and gonna drop off his present. One thing was I just really missed his parents, and I wanted to see his parents. No.
That's one of the hardest parts, is like not having that family.
Imagine if you had a dog.
Oh
my
god! You'd probably stay with someone just for their dog.
Yeah, it was like, we get to his neighborhood and we see a girl at his house, and
literally got out of her car at the time that we like saw, like, I thought things like this only happened in movies. Like, I was
this
like,
just happened.
You break up with her saying you don't have time for her and you want to focus on yourself, and like, you don't want to waste your time because you didn't have time for her, but then you're hanging out with another girl. Like,
I just felt really replaced because in 8th grade, when I was in another relationship, like, let's be real, that held hands like once. And he immediately, like, he broke up with me, and then he dated a girl, like, not even a week later, and I was like, oh my god, I'm just so easily replaced. And so this roommate, like, related it back, and I was like, oh my god, I just, like, he went out to dinner with his friends for his birthday, and, like, she was in the spot where I would sit, and I just felt like, oh my god, I was lied to. He just broke up with me because, you know, he didn't like me anymore, or whatever. I just felt like I wasn't important, and it was really hurtful. And so that was another reason why I was like, why do I need someone who just immediately goes off to the next? You know, that was one thing that
changed. And just breakup advice in general, it's much harder to get over someone that you still, like, respect as a human being. And so that's why it was really hard before we found out all that stuff, because she would blame herself and, like, everything, it must have been something I did wrong, and I still want to be with that person. It's a lot easier if they do something that makes them look like an asshole to get over them, because
that's probably the most important. Like, that's the thing, because I was like, I don't want people to think I got over him so fast, just because I got over him because I realized that he was a not so great person in that way, and so I got...
It definitely wasn't good for you.
Yeah, I got over him super fast because I realized I didn't need that, and so that's why I was confused when he wasn't really over his ex. It's because I don't know, I don't
Closure.
Yes, it was...
Never getting closure is the hardest thing, and I think that's what you're still struggling with slightly, because you didn't ever get full closure.
It's just because I want him to know. I hope you are watching this, sir. It's just hard because you're like, oh, a lot of people don't know my side, and it's really frustrating. And I know it's always going to be like, and I'm also like, you know what? If people, I realize that my true friends would stick with me no matter what, and so the people who don't, like, want to hear my side, I'm like, alright, so, like, half of his friends I'm not even friends with anymore because they are just on his side, and they're like, oh yeah, he's stupid, but blah blah blah, she did this. And I'm like, I write to feel better, okay? I express myself in writing. I don't know. Like, honestly, yeah,
okay,
I did some stupid things, But
you can't blame yourself and like hold yourself to a higher standard than the other person. Like the things he did and how he was posting on social media. Oh, okay. Hold on. In the beginning, he was still trying to be the nice guy, supposedly. Sorry, Jimmy. That's our code name for him. His real name isn't Jimmy. We wouldn't do that. But we're not talking about that anyway. Okay, so like a day after or 2 days after, he texted me, "Oh wait, I have the receipts."
I'm very wow.
All right,
I don't want to look at them.
Doing okay. And I responded, "Not really, but she will be," because I wasn't gonna lie. She was not fine at the time, but I knew she was going to be. Like, you're gonna get over it. It's going to get better. Yes, I won't go into that.
Oh.
Okay. And then he's like, "Yeah, I just can't." Okay, he's like, "I just wish I could look after her and be a best friend figure. Things don't quite work that way, I don't think. Anyway, I'm happy she is you." So, like, he wanted her to automatically be okay with being friends. Like, in a perfect world, but she was heartbroken. Maybe he wasn't, but she was really heartbroken, so.
If we were to stay friends, I would never get over him.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't work out.
And maybe that will happen, just not right now. It's gonna take at least a few weeks, and in the meantime, it would be great if you didn't make it seem like you're having a blast on social media and stuff. She's in good hands. She's right now that care about her. And so, like, that's what happened. Like, I told him it would be really great if he didn't post on social media a lot, because it's harder, and, like, it's not like she was gonna be immature and, like, block him right away and do all this stuff. And he's literally said, got it, got it, got it!
Too late! He couldn't keep that either!
And the minute he says that, he posts a song her that sounded like it was about her life
We'll
with him.
link it below.
And he literally posted on Twitter after I said it. And
we were driving to Domino's to get like a dessert pizza for me to eat at my feelings.
oh, we were eating
And-
feelings.
yeah.
I was on a diet and
I'm sorry. We were
Whatever.
with our other friend in the car, and then all of a sudden I just went, guys, and I saw, and just everything about him
This
triggered
big
me,
old
and like
wave
of
Mhm.
feelings just hit me, like, and it just made you feel
Yeah.
like I was gonna throw up. Like,
yeah.
it was just really bad. And like, usually I only posted on Instagram like once a month, but then that week he posted 5 times a week, and I was like, and it was like all the things that we used to do together, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's like
Full. So if there's
we
like a
talk too
different picture, that's why.
yeah.
Anyway, we're wrapping up here. And
What's the biggest learning experience, I guess, for you?
what is it that I always say? Like, because I text it to her probably like once a day, because we end up talking about it, and it's just I felt bad because I would always tell her, and I'm like, I feel like I'm just telling you the same thing.
Just let them, because that's how you get better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have an issue with you telling me, you know, like,
I know.
the important part is just to have some supportive friends, and I think you'll really find who your real friends are after this.
That's what I really liked. Like, now I'm like, oh, I stay away from those certain people because they're immature and they don't want to hear the other side of the story because they just want to support their friend and stuff.
Yeah, because for a while she did want to be friends with his friends because they became her friends during the relationship, but, you know, after a while you start to realize that it's not even that they're neutral, they literally are not seeing your side. And if they... we just now realized after editing the entire video that it cut off there.
Yeah.
So...
And we know this is long for our first video, but we promise our next videos will be like, hopefully 12 minutes and under. And if you want to hear more of the story, you can comment, ask questions. Not saying that I'm trying to spread drama or anything, but like honestly, it was a really good learning. Like, a lot has impacted me for it, so, and I hope that you guys like learned from this and stuff.
Yes. Learn from her mistake.
Yeah, but we're ending this on a positive note, so don't think that this is
Yes.
all for like, oh my gosh, I'm so bitter about the whole thing, because I am past it. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed and stuff, so we'll see you guys later.
Bye.